the role of fiscal policy is tremendously important because fiscal policy basically shapes the rules for economic transactions, the prices, the taxes, all those things that are behind the invisible hand of the economy are shaped by fiscal policy, and they do remain largely invisible. The $500 billion of oil subsidies, for example, the $350 billion a year in agricultural subsidies, they're invisible, but they're huge, and they have a huge impact on the way our economies function. So fiscal policy is an absolute driver of sustainability, for or against sustainability, and that's why it's the topic of this conference, and it's so very important for understanding of aligning our economies so that they produce sustainability, so that the economies are truly green. We heard from Ed Barbier yesterday at a Knowledge Partners session and in his keynote this morning, and he said fiscal policies by themselves are tremendously important. They are the drivers of the invisible hand of the economy, and they shape market forces, they shape investment, but by themselves they're probably not sufficient. And the reason they're not sufficient is because fiscal policies shape markets. They change prices. They change the force of the market or the direction of the market by introducing new incentives for consumers, for producers, for investors. And that creates tremendous strain on the institutions that are shaping those market outcomes. The institutions are the guarantors of good market outcomes. And when you introduce new prices, they must be enforced. And that's where the institutions come in. So one of the key insights that I've learned over the past day at this conference, the GGKP conference, is the fundamental role of institutions in ensuring that fiscal policies can be effective. And not only that institutions are an important part of this, but actually that the institutions themselves have their own dynamics, and that institutions are sort of the last bastion, the last stronghold against rent-seeking that often happens when you introduce new fiscal policies that change prices. So overall, a very interesting set of insights around the complementary policies that are needed to make fiscal policies actually work.